So I'm calling to talk to you. So I'm calling to tell you about your herpes test results. Hi, I'm your local OBGYN. I love women, and let's get into it. So when you were in the office, I know you had some concerns, and we ran a few different things. There was 2 sets of tests. We did the swab down below, and we did the blood work. So the swab of those little areas that were bothering you that I was concerned with did come back with HSV or herpes, and it did give me a type. It was type 2 herpes, which is a little bit helpful to kind of know how to manage in the future. And then the blood work that we did looked at the antibodies that were present, and it came back that you have something called IgG antibody for herpes, but your IgM was negative. So what does this all mean for you? So what I need you to know, first of all, which is so important, is that herpes is not a death sentence. It's very stressful, and I know, and I'm sorry that you have to hear this and you have to adjust the information. It is an STD. It did come from likely some sort of sexual contact. However, it could have come from somebody's mouth as well. Given that it was on the genitals, it's a tricky thing, but I can't trace it back to a specific person, and here's why. When we did the antibody test, it came back that it was IgG positive. IgG means that this particular antibody has been around for at least a handful of months, meaning that the infection didn't just happen in the last 2-3 weeks. It's been around for a little bit. So you may have been exposed at some previous point and not even realized it, and now you're having the outbreak for it. The IgM being negative also kind of leads me to think that this is a little bit of an older infection. So given that there's no timestamp on it, I don't know that this is something new between you and your relationship. You could have had a herpes exposure years ago, decades ago, or more recently, but it's not one of those things that will turn positive in a swab unless there's a sore actually present, which you seem to think this is your first one. And the blood isn't really perfect either, because even if you have the antibodies present, it could have been from an oral cold sore, which I know you've also had in the past, which makes it super tricky. So the herpes isn't going to kill you. It's not going to be the thing that undoes you. You can go on and live healthy, happy sexual relationships with this in your history. And if you get one and done infection, great. Some people will get one a year, and then every once in a while, people will get them more frequently. If that's you, we can give you meds to make sure that it reduces your risk of having it and your risk of giving it to your partner. But I'm telling you, this is so common. You need to take a deep breath, get through the adjustment phase, and realize you're going to live a long, happy, full life despite this.